Today we are going to be doing a bushing replacement on your shifter cable instead of doing a shifter cable replacement. This one's going to be on a Montero yet again, but the good news is it's not my Montero for a change, so I guess you can be happy about that. But anyway, today we're going to learn how to change the bushing when your old one rips out. So this guy, my customer, his bushing had failed, it ripped, of course, and the shifter popped completely off. He went home and it was stuck in neutral, and he couldn't get it out. So I figured, okay, you might have something neutral safety switch, but it could be also your cable. So when I came by and diagnosed his vehicle, earlier on this weekend, his thing was very loosey-goosey. So I knew right away that his shifter was not engaging, because when I had him shift it, I looked underneath to make sure his neutral safety switch was actuating down there. It wasn't. So that told me right away that it is his cable and not his safety switch. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to pull this out of here, because underneath there are two screws that we need to undo. Next, I'm going to switch this out. It's going to be a little awkward because I'm holding the camera with one hand and my screwdriver the other. So you're just going to need like a screwdriver. And now we're going to go ahead and pull out these two screws down here. Don't lose them, you're going to need them back. And there's another one right about here. Alright. Once you've retained your two screws, I'm going to go ahead and put in that cubby holder up there. Next, you're going to need to take off the shifter and the four-wheel selector knob. This one's easy. You just twist its neck like a goose until it breaks, or just unscrew, whichever you prefer. I just like to unscrew it. That comes off just like that. We'll set that off to the side on top. Next, we're going to pull the pants down on this one, and there's going to be two screws, one right here and one in this little corner. It's very easy to miss it, but it's right there. So if you find that one and you find that your shifter's not coming out, that's because you're missing one. Sometimes the screw on this side might not be here. It could also be on this side, because there are right-hand drive versions of it and they might put the screw there, but I suppose it's, who at the factory that day was working that day and what they preferred. So I'm gonna carefully set the screw off the side and pull out the screw. Put up there for retention. And then we'll go ahead and pull this one out as well. I'm going to set this down because it's getting a little awkward. Between the seat for now. Alright, that's better. Put that bushing back down. Alright. See now? Comes out just like that. Take out the screw. Don't lose that, I forgot what the proper terminology for it, but we're just gonna call it the washer for now. Don't lose that. We'll put up there too, and you remove this part too as well. So now the next thing we're gonna do, once I set it off to the side, to make this easier, it's gonna get kind of annoying for you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and put the key in. We're gonna put it to neutral. So now you can still push the brake down. You can push the lever down, set it to neutral. As you can see, I have my brake already pulled so the car doesn't roll away. Now I'm gonna take my selector, take from 2 high to 4 high. This makes this as easy to take it out as possible, because it gets a little tight. So now I'm gonna try and set this down here in my lap, and we're gonna pull this out. So, mind you, there's a wire underneath here as you pull this out. So I'm going to lift up, I'm going to sneak my hand underneath. You're going to have to feel for a wire. I'm going to take the camera so you guys can see. So, I can't really tell if you're looking at it, but there's a cable, a harness that plugs into the lights up here. You're going to remove that. So, sneak your hand, you're going to feel for it. It's a bit cold, so my hands are feelingless. And now, we'll go ahead and lift this up out of the way. Well, this came off, retain that. That goes inside the shifter. And we'll set this on the dash for now. Actually, we'll put it over here. That's a better spot. Alright. So, this is where your cable will connect into your selector gear cam actuator. I'm not sure what it's called. Put it down in the comments. I'll just call it that for now. So, actually, we'll just leave it like that. It's less annoying. So, as you can see, I did a temporary fix and I zip tied his thing right here so he can be able to use his car. So, I was able to find this bushing on Amazon. So, you know, the purpose is, hey, you can be able to repair your cable rather than have to replace your whole entire cable and then have to, you know, spend a copious amount of time and energy trying to route it through and whatnot. It's, you know, makes it easier just to replace the thing than to repair it. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut these zip ties out of the way. That's what my cutters are for. So I can get a proper bite on there. There we go. That's better. So that's one. Let me put this off to the side. Put this back down again. I don't know why I keep holding it so much. And now I'm gonna go ahead and cut this one off. Now this cable is quite old. I mean, I'm not sure, I think this is a 2005 model, so his thing keeps trying to turn to the side. So this is the cable. I don't know if you can see. Let me bring the camera close. So if you're experiencing this, you're turning, shifting gears, and you look up here, you're shifting gears, but drive, park, drive, but up here it just says neutral. Your cable has come off of the shafts here. I can pull the cable, actually actuate it. And it's actuating the neutral safety switch down there. But it shouldn't be hanging off of here, period. So I'm gonna twist this, get it straight on. Now we're gonna go ahead and install a brand new bushing. So first thing you want to do is take the bushing out of the bag. I'm gonna say this black cap because I'm not exactly what part it's for. It could be for pushing, could be for the other side, but until I figure out what it's for, we'll just set in the bag until we can identify what it's for, okay? Maybe it could be for pushing the thing on. So you have your bushing and you have a little packet of grease. Go ahead and open that grease, and I'm gonna set this off to the side in that little bag right there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take a little bit of grease and I'm going to smear it on that shaft. Because it's easier for my finger, I'm just gonna put on my finger, and then we're gonna go lube that shaft. Yep. Oh, got on the wrong spot. Put it right in there. All right. Now that you lubed up your shaft, you're ready to slide this bad boy on there. So let's go ahead and put this on. All right. So that's our new bushing. You can see that purple. And now we can go ahead and push our cable on there. So I'm in drive. The selector's in drive. We're gonna verify their pair. Make sure not popping out. Make it a little easier. I'm gonna take the shifter knob and I'm gonna put it on here. We're gonna put the little condom sleeve thing. All right, go put that right there. I'm gonna zoom out just a bit so you can guys see what I'm doing. So now I'm gonna verify the pair. I'm gonna go back and forth a few times. What I'm making sure is that the bushing's not trying to work its way back off. While I'm up here, I'm making sure that, you know, the lights are going through the range properly. And voila, we have our bushing back on. So now that we got a bushing on and we verified a pair, now we're gonna go up in reverse. So we're gonna go ahead and put our little center console piece back on. I'm gonna make sure it goes through here, goes through the 4-wheel drive selector. Now it gets a little tricky, but you gotta make sure this is in there and that goes in there. Before I push all the way down, I'm gonna have to feel with my hand where the harness goes and plug it in. It clicked in, so we'll go ahead and push it down all the way. Now we're gonna get the shifter and its pants back. We're gonna start with the pants first, right? Put your pants on. And now we'll go ahead and put the shifter on, okay? So make sure it goes on there. Alright, make sure it goes inside that hole. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and start the one in the back first. Be careful not to lose the screw, obviously. So go ahead and put it in the back, make sure you line the hole. Sometimes it'll cooperate, other times it won't. But it feels like it's biting, so it's working. Now I'll go ahead and get the next one. I'm going to go ahead and put on the left side because we're left-hand drive over here in the US. And so you'll be more likely to see it on this side. If you're on a right-hand drive, chances are the Mitsubishi the Mitsubishi plant put on the right side, so it makes it easy for you guys to see. And then pull the pants up, and it's nice and secure. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in park, let down the brakes, make sure cars move. I'm up here, car's in park, it's in park. Good, now I can turn the key off and save the battery. Pull it out. Cool. Now the next thing, I'm gonna go put it back in too high because he's not driving off-road right now. And we're gonna put the rabbit's foot back on. And we're just gonna twist it till you get some good resistance. And then now, what I'm gonna do is, I'm just gonna make sure it's nice and straight as possible. A little more, and that's good. That looks straight to you guys? Yes, it does. Now for final 2 screws, we're gonna go ahead and put back those 2 screws to secure this plastic piece back down. Go ahead and stitch whichever one you want, the left, the right, it doesn't matter. Just get it done. Alright, it's nice and in. Go for the other side. Put that in as well. Nice and snug. We're not trying to tighten it down. It's not a critical part. And finally, we're going to put the change drink holder in. It's backwards, and we flip it the other way and push it in. So today we learned if you're bushing, hold on. So today we learned if your shifter is going really crazy and your gears are not changing, today you might just have a problem with the bushing being bad and ripped, and you can actually save it rather than change your whole entire cable. It's just a matter of finding the bushing instead of the cable itself. I found mine on Amazon, so chances are Jeff Bezos may have one for your vehicle as well. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for more content.